Why do we throw stones in the ditch? What are you testing? What are you finding out? Stop. Tell me first. What happens if there's water in there?
Yeah.
It pops, and if it's grass, what happens?
Yeah.
No, if it's grass, it just falls straight in, but if it's water, it pops. Go on, try. Tell me if it's water or grass. Oh, you threw it on the bank, you wally. Quick, get another stone. Was it water?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? So we have to be really careful, don't we? We don't want to fall in. Okay, Cartwright's COVID diary. I've not done a sort of reflection update for a little while. We're on Boys Club this morning. Quick outing. Well, Boys Club and Lana, she's been invited to allow Mrs. Cartwright to try and get out for an early run because I've got a busy morning of video calls with the kids. Sort of three things I'll touch on quickly, hopefully. Parenting, teaching, and then sort of hypersensitivity, if you like. So first one, parenting. Really nice to be able to spend a lot of time with Jack on his bike. He's got so much better, as you'll see from this video. Also really nice to see so much of James, which I would not have got a chance to see had I been... You need to keep going, mate. Which, yes, you can say good morning. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good boy. Which I wouldn't have got to see if I'd been in school instead, as opposed to remote learning. On the flip side, though, parenting from Kate's point of view, I think I've touched on this before, it's absolutely not how she planned the maternity leave to have Jack and I here the whole time. It's delayed his preschool start at my school because he's not been able to start and not go there. So yes, really nice, and like we say, like the rough with the smooth, the positives and the negatives. It's been great for all this extra family time. The negatives of that, though, like it's massively smashed into sort of Kate's bonding time with Jim, and I think potentially like she feels that, especially because come September we both go back to being full-time working parents. So in that sense, a bit of a shame for me, really positive. But then again, positives probably outweigh the negatives in this stretch because the amount of time, extended time we get as a family, which is lovely. Parenting leading into teaching, difficult one because I feel like I'm struggling to do both well. Now, I felt like that when I was in school and not doing remote learning, but now it's even tougher. I feel like I either have a day where I'm being a really good dad or a day where I'm being a really good parent. There are days where I'm being really crap at both, but I don't seem to be able to find any days where I'm being really good at both. So I'm not like sort of reaching out. It's one of those things I think you just got to accept it. It's like good days and bad days in life generally. We can't be perfect. A dad of two boys, working from home, trying to teach 26 children on a Google Classroom with a 3-year-old that doesn't quite understand that daddy's always working and can't just come out and do rugby tackles in the garden. So that's fine. The teaching element there, again, I feel like without belittling any sort of mental health, that's absolutely not my intention, but it's probably the best or the most brutal and obvious way of describing it. I feel like my days are bipolar, like they are either brilliant or absolute... Good boy, you can have a wee in the bushes in a minute. They're either brilliant or absolutely terrible and horrendous. I don't feel like there's sort of any halfway measures. No, that's all right, keep going, we'll get the croissant when we get to the end of this road, won't we? Which is frustrating because I'd almost prefer some sort of average, I think. But yeah, really good days or really bad days. Mum rang me last week on Tuesday. You'll be all right. And how's your week gone so far? I was like, oh yeah, it's been all right. Feels like I've actually managed to crack it this week. And she said to me, she's like, you know, it's Tuesday evening. I was like, oh wow, like definitely feels like Thursday. So days go quite long. The week as a whole sometimes goes quite quickly. It's very, very, very weird. So yeah, all in all, I feel like probably doing quite a good job at the minute, or the best job that we can, when good relative term, in terms of the teaching. Really felt a massive sort of, not that it was not there before, it absolutely was, but a big step in terms of support and the relationship between me and the other two teachers looking after the year 6 English and maths and form times. Really feel like they're sort of getting the fact that I've got 2 young kids, and I keep signing in to try and do some like marking of spelling sentences, and the other 2 have done it, because one of them is older without any children at home, or without any children or anything, and the other has 2 teenagers who are more than capable of looking after themselves. So I'm trying to pull my weight in a different way with the technological side, preparing some videos. But yeah, I'm really feeling like the days are very up and very down in terms of how you feel at the end of the teaching day, and then the contrast to that, and the real positive, is really feeling a great sense of teamwork at the moment. Almost the last point, that hypersensitivity, it links. So I've tried to make this video link all 3 sections really, but when you get good feedback, literally makes you feel like your head could pop off in excitement, like a rocket or a firework, if you like. But when you get the slightest bit of negative feedback, or you get a bit of frustration, or you have a bad day, or you get a frustrating message, literally, even if it is just the tiniest thing and you can rationalize it, just makes your head want to wobble off. Like, it's, you can't always rationalize, and I think that's something that this strange period of time, you're confined. I'm walking the beautiful countryside now, but relative, I'm confined to one walking route or 2 walking routes where we don't see very many people, and then sort of the same 4 walls, if you like. It can sort of drive you a bit insane, and things that you might not necessarily be sensitive to on a normal week, because you can rationalize quite quickly. You are almost, you can say bye in a minute. So yeah, I think it's just that realization, and sometimes you've got to take that step back. Last week got some really good parental feedback, got some EBIs as well, which is great. We always need that. We've tried to act on those this week, some even better ifs. I got an email from a car insurance company about somebody that drove into me last year, telling me that now 10 months later, the claim's in dispute. I was like, I could not handle that or manage it in my head. I was like, there's no reason for this. You can now, yeah. And it just, honestly, it turned my day into the most horrendous day ever. So little things that you would usually be able to manage with a little bit of frustration on a normal day when we weren't in a situation, you're hypersensitive to them, and you become really frustrated. I think it's just trying to keep that balance, and sort of try and stay positive wherever we can. Okay, we are at the end of our road now. We are ready to go to the co-op for our croissants. So see you later.
See you later. Bye.
See you later. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, you're winning!